Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Israel. Welcome to Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader by Owlcat Games, a computer adaptation of the RPG of the same name. Those of you who remember Dark Heresy, well, it was a spin-off of that and Deathwatch. I think Fantasy Flight have actually lost the license now, so don't know if we'll see anything more of the Corona's Expanse. But that's where we're headed today, for profit and, of course, in the service of the God Emperor. How do you suggest there might be other motives? Let's get straight into it. Yes, analytics, you can have the collision license, and you know what, they can have that. So, take up the mantle of a rogue trader, the son of an ancient dynasty of daring privateers, darkness, loons, etc., etc. Oh, we get a space wolf. The Corona's Expanse. Right, main story it is. Continue on that. Stick with normal difficulty for those. Daring, hard, unfair. Lucky me. Oh, and you can customize your difficulty as well. Lovely. Absolutely, Atam. Burn the heretics, but not before relieving them of their money. This is important. Okay, we'll just continue with that. Right, so custom characters. So you've got 3 pre-made. Hecata, Darius, Deathworld, Prime Lord, Shadow of Torrent, and the Bahadur, former commissar at all costs. Well, let's go with custom character, because why not? Right, portrait. We shall have a classic officer, if you do not mind, including, of course, this being the Imperial Man, a truly epic moustache. Alright, so appearance. Unfortunately, the appearance does not entirely match the portrait, but then again, I suppose he was paying the artist fairly heavily. We'll just roll with that. Homeworld, Deathworld, Voidborn. So Deathworlds are exactly that. Deathworlds are, even the planet is trying to kill you. Features survival instinct. Once per combat, when your wound health drops below 30%, you gain 20% of your health back as temporary wounds. You also have a 20% bonus to dodge and armor. Or you can be... So if you're a Deathworld, yes, you're strong, tough, agile, but you're not necessarily that smart, and you certainly aren't brilliant for, how can I put this, getting on with others. Hello, welcome. Right, so Brutal Hunt talents, 15% crit chance, Wounded Bees, Tenacity, etc. Voidborn features Uncanny Luck. Reroll any failed skill test with a 20% chance of success. This chance can be... So if you... Okay. Additionally, any enemy dodge or parry against a Voidborn character has a 20% chance to fail after a successful roll. It's just a shame that you're regarded as a borderline mutant. So you can either jinx everybody around you or contagious luck. Yeah. Right, so you can then confer the buff onto somebody else. Better willpower, better intelligence, but a life in low gravity does mean that your strength isn't so good. Bloody Mess, there's a 10% chance to double the damage. Somebody's been playing for that. Just a flesh wound, 20% chance to survive, be smart. Anytime somebody uses Fellowship, they can instead use Intelligence if they're Voidborn. Additionally, you can always upgrade your intelligence even if the architects allow it, so... Brains at the expense of all else. Your standard hive world, get on better with other people. A bit more agile, but perhaps not the best when it comes to things going gridly. Helping hand, outnumber, weapon personalization. Not bad. Fresh start. 50% bonus to dodge for attack opportunity and strength in numbers. Stick close to your buddies. And you gain +1 fellowship and... Sorry, +1 plus half your fellowship bonus. Resolve. Or you take a -2 penalty resolve if you're on your own. Not a good thing. Forge Worlds, so hooray for the Mechanicus, worship the machine, etc, etc. Again, Forge Worlds characters go by intelligence rather than fellowship. The Adeptus Mechanicus are a bit strange. This is the new Heresy Simulator type. This is Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. And the character creator is stupidly detailed. Haha! Right, while wearing heavy armour, you cannot be knocked down. 1 movement point, 1 deflection, pinnacle of weaponry. So basically, plasma weaponry, power weaponry, heavy armour, and all manner of stuff. Or your generic Imperial world. Humanity's finest! Select any characters can get 10 bonus. Doing my part. No. Heresy. However, Imperial world characters are always a bit sheltered, so they know nothing of the Xenos or the Warp, which is a bit of a downside when your job description requires you to be Hellodale, requires you to deal with such things. Somewhat awkward. Stronger together, same characters. Oh, so Humanity's Finest can be boosted to Stronger Together, which gives the bonus to half the bonus to everyone else. Except, of course, the foul Xenos. Because they are, well, foul. 10% bonus to all characters, resolve. All Fortress World never stop shooting. There's a percentage chance if that triggers all the stacks of the last combat addict. Right, so most damaging ranged weapon, never stop believing, never stop shooting, always have a spare mag. And a hair still. Alright, you know what, let's go with the Forge World. Right, I can have an analytics system, I can have a locomotion system, or I can have subdermal armor. 10% crits are fairly important in this game if memory serves. So let's go with that. Yoink. Background, Astra Militarum Commander or a Commissar. Yes, you can shoot people in the head. Crime Lord. And Storm Priest off a Forge World background. Okay. A Naval Officer, complete with spectacular hats. Yes, truly spectacular. Or just your generic noble or a sanctioned psyker. Yes, I mean, being a psyker will probably be incredibly awkward. To put it mildly, psykers and armor don't mix. So let's go with at all costs. Enemy target becomes marked. The enemy gains an additional turn with +2 action points and +4 movement points once per combat. Extra fellowship, extra weapon skill, close combat. Duty and honor, motivation, show them contempt. And of course, summary execution. If the Commissar kills a target with at all costs, they can use at all costs again. Doing that translates to caning at all costs. Commissar does not get bonuses from the ability. Oh, right, I see. So the Commissar can cycle his summary execution back into himself. Militarum Commander. Medicae might be handy. Unflinching heroism. Let's see. Brace for impact. Pull down once per combat. Do not falter. All allies hit by brace target. Permanent punch shot straight through cover. Scatter. Get off me. Yes. Let's join the Navy, shall we? Nick. Triumph! An apex of brilliance led a pirate squadron into the gravitational tear of a star. It became the first to take a now reclaimed warp route. A terrible warp storm without a single casualty amongst the crew. Okay, perception sounds good. Although the darkest hour, dark and forsaken things, resorted to piracy and were caught red-handed. Tut tut tut. Persuasion -5, enduring many horrors during like activity. Yeah. Well, I'm sure I'll have a tech priest to handle logic, so let's take that one. Right, archetypes. You can only choose one of the first set archetypes at the moment. The development paths your characters follow. Choose who you want to be. So, exemplar, crossbow warrior, officer. Oh, I see. So each of the archetypes locks out certain others. So a warrior can progress to being an assassin, a vanguard, or an arch militant. Burn all the things. So backstabby, presumably backstabby, tanky, burn, 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 etc. Whereas officers get to be warriors. Combatants, both exceptional melee prowess, withstanding armor, diverting enemies' attention. Do I really want my character to be the meat shield? Well, there's the officer. Bring it down. Voice command, fine stars, fine ability, characteristics, fellowship. Operatives, intelligence and perception. Soldier, master of all range weapons, firearm mastery, run and gun. Have a look at this. Master tactic. Oh wow, this is complicated. They went all in with the skill trees, didn't they? Okay, let's go with office. Fellowship, willpower, toughness, weapon skill, ballistic skill, persuasion, commerce. Intelligence, perception, Medicaid, tech use, law, Imperium, laws, Xenos. Skill, agility, perception, strength, athletics, Medicaid again. Alright, let's go with soldier as my beginning. Would I be better off as an officer? Because it does allow me to buff my immediate granted ally an extra turn, 2 action points and no movement points. So basically you shoot. Games of one-time bonus and momentum. Sort of common coercion, get pissed, or either get pissed with no effect. I'm overthinking this. Let's just go with... Let's go with officer, because after all, that's kind of where the origin comes from, isn't it? Although I do take a fellowship hit there. Oh well, never mind. Officer it is. Yoink! Right, available points. 30 points to spend, so... Perception, willpower, fellowship. So I want to dump some points. Yeah, let's dump an extra 10 points into fellowship. So 40, up to 40 points there. Ballistic skill sounds good. And I think we'll sink points into weapon skill as well. So reasonably talented, we'll see how it goes. And a sword class frigate. 6 million tons, crew of 26,000. The Von Valancius flagship of the mightiest void ship. It's a tiny little one. Perfect for pursuing smaller, faster raiders. Okay. Edit. Well, clearly there's only one thing to call this ship. There we go. Okay, and edit name. Yank. This will doubtless turn out to be a horrible idea at some point, but we'll see how it goes. Voice of command. Force to fully push yourself. Targeted voice of command. Okay, all the officer's abilities can be applied. Right. Let's see how that goes. Result. Weapon is melee, ballistic is range. Yes, thank you. Either way, I should be reasonably competent with all manner of weapons. That is the important thing. By which I mean I probably won't shoot my allies in the back unless I intend to. Honest. Oh, little servo skulls. My little servo skulls. Some plates of contemplation.
One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Hundred Voigtve. You're in a direct queue and all that kind of events, influence character, even though the course of the game's narrative, your character's story depends on the dialogue you make. Select reply or press the corresponding division. Yes. Truly an awe-inspiring sight, such as retiring. It's enough to make one think that the architect's meant to compensate rather than glorify. Have we met? Truly an awe-inspiring sight.
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with the chance to give their very life for the master of humanity.
I mean, fairly straightforward.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship rogue trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Oh, well, I may as well... Well, if we're being formal, we may as well reply. Lord Captain of the Drusus's blessing.
My regards, Lord Captain. Though, perhaps, I should refrain from addressing you thus well. Aboard this vessel.
Indeed.
With all due respect, Commodore.
Right, so there is only one Lord Captain aboard a starship, and it's not me while I'm not on my starship.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Well, there's no pressure there then. So, Master of Whispers, he's basically her spy master, isn't he?
To put it plainly,
Yep, called it.
I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Of course. So there is another candidate.
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
Uh-huh. And the Lady von Valencia?
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that Her Ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
Of course she does. So, let's address what's going on.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far.
Really?
The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Right, so. Right, by the right of blood. Okay, yoink. So I suppose you meet, so follow Conrad. Yank. Okay, so we're in real time for the most part. Got that. Interactable objects. Some objects in the game begin to matter in a special way. They're marked with icons. When you're staying close enough to the interactive object, you can left mouse button do that. Hold tab to highlight actions like so. A massive coffee table with real wood. Yes. Very expensive stuff. There's some crew officers. Essential get the senior officers and other public dressing down. Okay, so Viserion is on to issues. And the servitor? Yeah. Interesting. The servitor is reacting to me for some reason. That's curious. Alright, various other rumours. Noble guests. Not much of interest on tab. Oh, a Technomat. Those are low-ranking members of the Mechanicus, if memory serves. Right. Open the door.
One of the von Valencius trophy rooms.
With a tank,
Would like to take
of
a look
course.
around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Of course. Let's see, we've got a tank, we've got a tarantula. There's probably a Space Marine chapter that wants that back. Oh.
What's happening?
And the services just went rogue. That's a problem.
The servitors have gone berserk!
Who did? That's pistols, everybody. We have been ambushed. You'll have to face enemies of all kinds, so click the screen to start the battle. Alright, we have a malfunctioning servitor. And automatically goes into turbos. Oh dear. Well, he's dead. And they're dead. Right. Joint analysis. All battles in the game are turn-based. Place on the grid. Move, attack, and use their abilities. Select a cell within the highlighted area. Double click it to move the character there. Moving diagonally is costly. Every second cell uses 2 MP. Once the character starts moving, this cannot be cancelled. Alright. Get myself a clear shot. And then to make attacks and use combat. To attack, first left click the single shot icon. Okay. And certain abilities consider attack actions. They will, if the character performs attack, they will not be able to attack again and lose their remaining points. Right, so I suppose I'd better take a shot. You there. Drop dead, please, sir. Right, other actions. When you're ready to end your turn, press space. I wonder if... Alright, brace for impact. Now that 1, 2, 3... That has given that crew officer brace for impact. So that is something. Alrighty. Voice of command. 1 action point. You! Bring it down. That might even work. Almost. Done. And man, if you'd be so good as to just kill the damn thing. Plop. Would have been better if we could have saved the spare extra crewmen, but
Suspiciously
well.
poor timing for such an accident.
25,997 crew
Servitors
left
malfunctioned on
aboard the
officer's deck
starship.
At exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
But it probably won't, because that's entirely predictable of you, Conrad. Right, character script damage 150% base default, but certain talents and abilities can increase it. Okay. Right, we have Theodora von Valentius, also her house guards.
I'm
Right.
afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
No, of course. You can orientate the map, open the map using M to orientate yourself. Ah, there we go. So it came in through here. This must be the observation platform up ahead. Why isn't this? So it says there's short-circuiting of the motive fort. Tarantula sentry gun constructed with the blessing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. You that? Anything useful to say? Back when you said it. Excellent. The proper attitude from a lowly peon. Lehman was the first to breach the capital walls during the pacification of Vortes Chon. See, raise your hands. Our hands to go for servitorization. No, you won't. Oh, what are these? A massive golden amalgam. Black shard resembling obsidian. That's no way any of these could be forbidden. Nah, couldn't possibly be. There's servants, deck enforcer. Nobody really in the mood to talk. Ah, the weird and wonderful of the galaxy, basically. Right then, onwards. And we have a tech priest. Glory to the Omnissiah, giver of knowledge. Wonderful. Nothing to say about my the Omnissiah's glory trying to murder me brutally then. Aha! There she is. That is simply a rational Lady Theodora simulation to trace through political and economic suicide, practically a mission of heresy. Okay. It's just an alternative. I've described the situation, noticed what my essential could have done, make a decision. Right. Well, let's keep an eye on things before I stick my oar in. Survey the room. I thought that about 30 years old, so it could be anything up to 100. Nervously twitching, and he's amped up on cybernetics. Theodora von Valentius appears a little part from marble. Okay. Rigid and very much tightly in control. One grey-haired officer, and I think my let's try that again. Neat. The others are Bearmoth, armed to the teeth. Meet the bodyguard and her flag captain, I suspect. Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer. Right, consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6, a new world on the fringe of the present threats, high seismic activity, regular plots with large clans. The world is populated by natives who are heretical underworld spirits, but attempts to install objective. Right. Right, there are ways to confirm whether what is happening on Ion 6 is... It might be witchcraft, it might be Xenos. Okay, let's go with that. Warp Law. There are ways to confirm whether what is happening on Ion 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost us several psychers, but it will give us an answer. And let's face it, psychers are vaguely expendable. Thorough but presumptuous. Except they're also vanishingly rare. Sanctuary psychers are rare. Okay. I gave us some dialogues automated. Some new information will be on hidden dialogue will unlock, or the party member with the highest skill will be selected given each test. Okay, so I don't need to have a jack of all trades. I can bring multiple specialists. I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which was still more than you could do. Does it become any of our status to engage in petty feuds? Or shut your mouth before I decide to shut it for you. Right. Let's be out of characterly nice for a second. Although I'm not sure a Commodore of the Imperial Navy should tolerate that setup. Does it become anonymous? Even though it's loudspeakers for you. Explaining why my senior congregation is still dawdling about the officers' deck. They're proceeding to the middle decks. So Edelfrad is going to be trouble. Alright. So, why am I here? Was it... Wait a minute, was it not you who sent for me? You've seen the opening that was offered you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lickspittlery, compulsion, please. I value none of these things. Right, so be a bit of an arsehole, but not too. I'm a rogue trader in the service of the god Emperor of humanity, the one to trade all this various versal. Yeah. Permission to do things like trade with Xenos that would get most other people burned at the fire. It's my decision alone to determine the fate whatever I find past the bounds. One of those with Von Valencia's blood. One of. Does this mean there are other heirs? Of course there are other heirs. You don't think there are... I'm the only egg in the basket, do you? Useful? Naturally, some have yet to run board. Edelthred, maybe. Edelthred is the other candidate at the moment. Bloodwright is not alone. Your abilities. Alas. Conrad's worked to veer some phase before he made his mistake. You're satisfied with Edelthred, then what sense is there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time with me? Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. I still require logs. Okay, so either I get the warrant or I end up as flag captain to Edelthred. Fair enough. You're once a Lord Captain yourself. You know how fickle machine spirits can be, and weak-willed the lower decks rabble can be. Moreover, your conscious management. I see. Thank you for clarifying. I ask my questions then. I have some time before we translate out of the warp. Alright. An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servants went berserk and attacked the group. Perhaps tech that's occurred, maybe, or could be the warp. Oh, maybe that's something to the ship being possessed. You know, details. The Emperor has thus far provided a servitor malfunction and some target practice, Penguin. So far, it has all go well. Surely do not intend to start repeating either the rumors thrown around by uneducated riffraff. So we meet Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. This ship is thousands of years old, enough hidden crooks, nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, computers. Definitely not artificial intelligence, by the way. The abominable Silica Animus has no place aboard the Imperium. I see. What are my current responsibilities? Observe, learn, absorb. Eventually vacancies of my eyes. Right, where are we headed? The Rykard system domain. Oh, the winter scales. Yes. Let's see. Caligos winter scale in particular has something of a reputation. Possibly had. He might be dead by the time we get to this point in the story. For a very interesting reason. Well, in that case, I have no more questions. In that case, disturbances on the adjacent decks. And, right, the lower decks have definitely started a problem. Right at the moment that the Congregated was told to sod off, we appear to have either militant unionists or chaos cultists. Well, that's unfortunate. Right, we have been ambushed. Got it. That's unfortunate. Here we go again. Right. That's always good advice. Abelard gets straight into it. Yikes! Abelard is not mucking about.
One fewer target.
Works for me. Right, what's Mork going to do? He's going to microwave somebody. Splutch. I will get to play in a moment. Let's see. Heretic cutthroats doing their best. Use cover to avoid enemy attacks. So think XCOM for the moment. Can I get... No. Let's see, if I go for cover there, I am protected and I might be able to get a shot into the Heretic Cutthroat. Seems like a good option. Definitely a good option. Move. Alright, set into position. Let's see, voice of command. Probably doesn't matter, let's just pull the pistol out and commence blam. Boom, headshot, etc. Right, I don't think I've got anything else to work with. Can't make another attack. Keep securing the flank.
I've suffered worse.
Indeed so. Right. Is that Brawler going to be a problem? Nope. Abelard will probably take care of him. Right. Yoink. Right, round two. Theodora, plasma pistol to the face. Okay, so trying to move out of melee will get you attacked by opportunity.
One fewer target.
And everyone else is basically melting, dying, and exploding. Temporary positive effect from an ally. Okay, can I get a good shot here? Or do I just drop this brawler in the back of the head? There's a question. Can't get to the heretic cutthroat. Alright, 73% chance to hit. I have a positive effect. Hover the effect over your character's portrait. Momentum, here we are. Or there's just kill them. Theodore, that's 50 ballistic skill. Oh right, so I'm firing up ballistic skill 90. No wonder I'm hitting everybody. Right. Okay, let's see. 36% chance there, not brilliant. 3% chance there. Or if I break cover and try to get a better angle on the brawler. Alright, new plan. Advance up. There we go. Break cover. All-night pistol. 36% chance there. 92% chance of a kill there. Take the shot. Back of the head, and he's dead. Right. And brace for impact. I think that boosted anybody else, but you never know. Voice of command. Mort. Never mind. Right, pop it. One heretic cutthroat. Abelard, I think, is going to be merrily carving these people up. Or you can just miss me, works as well.
Oh, this'll leave a scar.
Splotch. And they're dead. That was, frankly, an embarrassing excuse of an ambush. But it does illustrate just how lethal combat can be in this system. Right, take a team and clear. Do not let a single Horson survive. Bat an eye when that's done. Combat on the deck. Right. Incident with the rampaging services may be connected. This is a bit too much of a coincidence, isn't it? I mean, it's his name and it's his job, Taproot. It's called being efficient in the God Emperor's service. And also the lifeless static on the box is not a good sign. Possibly, quite likely. Investigate at the time. What are your orders? What's gone ahead? Go after him, see if the arch militant requires aid, and be quick about it. Alright. I shall indeed be quick about it. Okay, is there anything else I can work with? One dead guardsman deposing to assert dominance. Report for the engineers. Lost communication depths 8 and 12. Right, and not where I thought I was going. Let's head this way instead. We have to wait for Mort's results first, which means I need to go speed things up on the Mort front. Oh. And we have heretics again. Lucky me. Can we lower this drawbridge? Come on. Second forces are firing and there's good. Yoink. He's using an anti-tank gun on infantry. This is mild overkill. Hilarious, but mild overkill. Right, who have we got here? Comrade! Welcome back. I'm glad to see you're not dead. Always on time, eh, comrade? You can set your chrono by it. More to pull yourself together. Okay, so they don't care for each other. Right, what did Lord Captain say? Chivius Long. All done here. Excellent. Right, Master Whispers, what is happening aboard my ship? The Vox Master is... just destroyed some more heretics. Is this a severe case of warp madness, or is it just a straight-up mutiny? Let's find out. Communication. No word about the Geller field going splat. And mind you, if the Geller field had gone splat, we'd be waist deep in demons by now. I'm receiving scatter reports on the middle decks. This may be an organised mutiny. Right. Who would attempt mutiny here in the warp? The suicidal or the stupid or the ignorant? Mutiny against the Empress anointed to execute every last one of them. Perhaps then we might stop this wave from spreading. Yes, let's focus on containment. First we have to come to the bridge and navigators Sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. That's not ominous at all. Edelfrad, where is he? A psychic rulership is potentially... Oh, Edelfrad is psychic. Luckius. Last thing known about him is he arrived in transitional AP. Last to find him immediately. Locate class of the Sister of Battle. Arch Militant with me and... Transitional 18 is at heart of his stomach. Ooh. I wonder how much Edelfrad has to do with his servants. Well, there's Heretic and there's Abomination and there's Xenos Legolas. the heretic, the enemy within, is generally human. Because if you're not human, you are either a Xenos abomination or a never-born, well, abomination as well. After all, if you do not believe in the God Emperor, as only humanity can, you can hardly commit heresy against him, can you? Right. Discover the whereabouts of Edelthrad Glier. Right. Find Edelthrad in whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments. I hear and obey, Lord Captain. Then move out. Of course, she doesn't like disciplined responses, does she? Well, let's go find the heir. Or possibly the spare, whichever you wish to consider him. Right, transitional 18. Away we go. I don't even have to gear. I shall make do. Lead the way. Of course you will. Theodore, that is no longer relevant. Oh dear. Conrad, are you proceeding to try to backstab me? Oh, Ranger, thank you for the resub. Yoink. Well, this is unfortunate. Note to self. Shoot the Master of Whispers when I get my hands on him. Or possibly servitorize him. That seems... I'm sure I can think of something creatively unpleasant. Alright, I'm awake.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing.
Of course. He needs a blood heir to get access to the Warren Chamber, doesn't he? Valkyrie, you two-faced scum, you're behind this.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
He's a heretic. He's a heretic and probably a mutant as well. I have no intention of helping you.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so.
Well, to the void with you. Okay, one of the available dialogue options requires making a skill test. You decide whether or not to take the active skill test. The number after the name indicates the difficulty of the test. Okay, right. Fight the voice in your head. Get out, I am not your puppet. Well, I'm not being given a choice, am I? This is where you realise you should put those bonus points into willpower. Right. Tech use 45, examine the device. Right, ink. Tech you succeeded. Strange alley might be some kind of an architect relic. Okay, so old tech. 20 XP bonus, wonderful. So when the gate begins to move, it leans forward. Sharp metallic fangs. Oh, lovely. Demanding sacrifice. Look for anything that could be used as a weapon. Search and invade the chamber anteroom. Oh, blast it. Right, place your hand into the Sentinel's maw. Right. Of course, that's how they do a blood test around here. Vampire Sentinel. Of course. Right. Maybe.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Right. Is it the Sentinel, the Cogitator, or something that has quied into this? Who is this?
Genetic code identified. Child of House von Valancius. Do you require assistance?
Yes, Sentinel. Traitors threaten my life and the safety of the Warren. The ability... Oh, right. There, I've got a minor demon riding shotgun. Well, that will be fun.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Have fun! Did we mention the heavy bolt is in the room? And the flamethrowers.
Well, there is still another way.
Probably shouldn't have opened the door. I'm just going to say that now. Also, can I loot these guys for a weapon? Yes, heavy bolt turrets. No wonder those guys died quickly and violently. Apparently none of them have enough weaponry left to be salvageable. Okay, yoink. The enormous gates match the thing they protect. Okay, what do we got? Right, the warrant. Let me know the banner and the show. I thought this person been there once you trained the dynasty. The Great Mission. Be the paragon of humanity, unbreak my adversity, walk bravely for tonight to unite and reclaim what was lost, etc. etc. To make a big fat profit off the Emperor's enemies. Hello, servitor.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
Right. I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restoring control of the sanctum. All other forces head to the upper decks.
Communication protocols breached.
Right.
Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable. Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Okay, so the auto-nav does not know where the nearest arsenal is. Wonderful. Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Are you the one, Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay. Say to concentrate open the journal by pressing J or left clicking on the notification. It's journal entries that you keep track of things. Right. Follow the Vox Skull. Or better yet, seal the warrant chamber. Right. Okay, so the warrant chamber is sealed.
Master, whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Conrad's a traitor. We're going to do horrible things to him when we get the chance.
What?
Right, he is clearly serving the unholy gods of the war.
Serving the gods of the war? Kunrad is a heretic. Oh, Voidfear, you void rat. Madness. And this mutiny is likewise his doing, no doubt.
Right, so it would seem, but he is not here, and we have a mutiny to end.
Indeed. Indeed. That is easier said than done, of course. But seeing one of Lady Theodora's heirs alive inspires at least some degree of optimism.
Well, it's just know there's some degree of optimism. A bolt would play. Okay, so it's the ammunition, basically. A bolt gun fires an armor-piercing... Basically, think a miniaturized battleship shell. An armor-piercing, high-explosive round with a fractionally delayed fuse. So it punches through body armor, buries itself into the target, and then explodes. A plain old gun fires bullets. Also, bolters tend to be very, very large caliber weapons. A typical human scale bolter is a caliber 50. An Astartes personal bolter is caliber typically 75. A heavy bolter can be caliber 100 or above. So 1-inch diameter rounds. And that's before you get into the really ridiculous ones. Right.
You're in a bad way.
And treat your
I can treat
wounds
your
now. Okay,
I have a
good.
Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense.
I wasn't given much of a choice. But thank you. Right, whilst fighting, your character can lose some of your wounds. Your character suffers an injury. This happens within the ceases and lacks wounds within 1 round. It's considered fresh during the first 3 rounds. So basically, when you get injured, you've got 3 rounds to do something about it with a medical kit. Okay. Allowed consume. Okay. Right, you've gotten new items. Right, well, first things first.
Look no further.
Would you mind patching me up?
This wound will make a fine scar.
Thank you. Buy right of blood, etc. Right, switch to myself, pop my inventory, and pull on my armored body glove, my stub pistol, and my sword. And I do not... Right, so I need either Medicae, Field Medic, or Base Skill Medicae in order to actually use a medical kit myself. That might be an idea at some point. Just noting. So, Astartes carry 12 gauge. They carry stuff that's more or less caliber 12
Now you're
gauge.
prepared for the trials ahead.
But it's considerably more destructive.
The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance.
Okay, so they've got it in
The situation on
train.
the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
Right, well, bridge and engineering need to be secured or the ship is lost. The mid-decks are the nub of it, because that is where the other air went. And the lower decks, well, the enforcers can deal with that.
But that is not the worst of it. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
Yeah, we kind of need to get out of hell and back into reality.
Lady Theodorus. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
Indeed, or we're all completely and totally hosed. Very well, lead the way to the Navigator's Sanctum.
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
To arms, loyal to the Emperor, fight the heresy corruption, etc., etc.
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid.
Yes,
While the rogue
splendid.
trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward.
Oh hey, we have more heretics.
Run, fools, or fall.
I will take you down.
Combat begins with the tactical phase, in which characters can select a character by... Right, they may move up to the magical movement points, but may not move... Right, Abelard, I want you to start charging those guys. Meanwhile, I will start charging these guys, and we'll see what happens. Start the battle! Right, your new companion is the warrior. Abelard specialises in melee combat and drawing the enemy's attack. Charge is not an attack action. Use charge to close distance with the enemy. Right, okay, well, he's already in melee range. Left click on the strike ability. Melee hits automatically with no need for a roll. Weapons can also be used to make area attacks. Right, so what have we got? Strike 1 AP or cleave. Right. Abelard, give me a
Victory
cleave.
is imminent.
Smack. 2 down. Right, then go for a charge.
It will be done. I took care of this one.
You're welcome. Charge will make an attack of opportunity if someone initiates movement. Yep, there we go. Thought that. We saw it earlier. Chance to hit and deal damage just like normal attacks. Okay. Brace for impact. Anderson's anywhere still and hit. Unfortunately, you cannot get anyone within range, so just
I
go
will do my
for
duty.
brace for impact. And I think that covers him. Okay, parried that. Nice try, filthy heretics. Combat abilities carries development archetype. Right. Let's see. We'll go for a single target strike on you, sir. Oh, he parried. How inconsiderate of him. Your character's just missed. Equip your character with a decent weapon and put them on advantage. Right, I'm guessing the dice were rigged there. Right. Voice of command into Abelard, and I think that pretty much uses all of my options. So, move on in. Parry that. Abelard parries, and our last heretic cutthroats. He's still working out what the sight's on his weapon for. Right, regular strike into this
It will be done.
nutty.
Reduced to dust.
Indeed so. And then charge
Indeed.
the cutthroat, who has rather disobligingly refused to die. Oh, dodge that, and I will go for a cleave myself. They're both down. A pity that I cannot make multiple attacks. On the other hand, he tried to get out of the way of a chainsaw, which was never a smart move. Well, they're really good flamethrowers and very combustible heretics. Right, so I can advance the level of my character. Yay! Right. So, leveling up. Inventory, character, here we are. 1 level to spend. Dogmatic. Okay, so there are 3 broad trees. Dogma and Iconoclast, and of course, Heresy. Right, injury that wasn't healed in time. Okay. Right. 1 level to spend. Oh, experience 1, 3. Right. How do I level up? With new levels, the character may increase their character's skills, gain new talents. Okay, archetypes, 1 rank available. So, officer archetype. Let's see, available characteristics, choose skill. Okay. This is supposed to increase archetype skills, persuasion, commerce, coercion. They appear to be recommending that I take skills to persuasion. Represents a character's talent to manipulate other people through negotiation or bargaining. Right. Okay, let's push for persuasion then. Abelard gets a warrior boost. Keystone features. Right, and he can get or else access to poisons or just get blitzed. However, let's give him the athletics skill. Yoink. Reputation. Profit factor has not been changed yet. Reputation with the various factions in the Expanse. And other than that, alright. 1 rank available. Ah, there we go. Right, so button, persuasion, back. How do you... Persuasion. Okay. Sorted, I think. Closing the phase. No, I do not close the phase. How do I go about committing my level up? Complete. There we go. And then Abelard, click his archetype details, go for athletics. Commit that to summary. Complete. So, everybody is level. That could be more instinctive, but let's go. To the Navigator's Sanctum. Here's a map of your voyage. This is several parts. Some parts are not available. Click LNB on the X part to move there. So, the Navigator's Sanctum. We lose the Navigator, it's all completely banjaxed. Right. Also, the warp is getting...
Directly along the passageway.
Yeah. Meet Adira. She's a psyker.
He will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
That would be me then.
Master, watch your head.
Thank you.
Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
As psychers go, she's relatively sane.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Falensis. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
Yeah, definitely one of the more coherent psychers. Okay, is it here? Right. And it's trying to keep its head down. Of course it is. What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master cog, and the silence that followed.
Great, so we have no engines here. We're so lost.
What? You don't mean the Engine Seer Prime is...
Dead, yes.
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
Not least because if we lose the navigator, then we're all Officer 60, gather on the officer's deck at 1.
That Dettle's-rat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other airlifts as well. Quickly, we must head to...
No, we need to secure the navigator.
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelstrad's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
Yep.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity.
Well, this is bad.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up.
Yeah,
So
details.
what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Absolutely. Indira has joined the party. Select one character, left click portrait, or drag select to go, or backspace to get everybody. Okay. Right. Also, what's this? Piece of pipe left a notable dent in the floor. Lovely. Right. Pop the door. And they're still trying to bring down the navigators. Defense field. Good luck, suckers. Alright, let's bring them down hard and fast. Hey guys! Alright, let's see. We'll put Indira into cover. We'll put Indira into cover there. You'll do. I will go into cover here, and Abelard, who is not going to have initiative here, unfortunately. Get Abelard into cover there so he can take out these two on the right-hand side. Start the battle! Indira is a psycho and an optic. She can study opponents and identify their weaknesses. Okay, exposed weakness, what's this? Operative, she's also armed with a special staff. Ah, right, so magic staff. Okay, fair enough. Right, lightning arc. Right, one opponent in a 10 square radius. Psychic shriek, 7 to 16 damage. Okay, is letting the Psychers 20, mind you, he's got lower initiative than Abelard and myself, so we could just plow straight in and deal with the Psych. Or analyze enemies. Okay, go for analyze enemies.
That is not my
No
destiny.
line of sight, damn it. Okay, right. Forewarning. One attack point. Right, we'll forewarn buff
I'm
Abelard.
not so sure.
Oh, she needs line of sight, does she? Oh, that's an annoyance. Right, lightning arc, and let's go for the chain.
Was
Okay, that's satisfactory, but probably not wise to get quite so tricksy with the warp when these matters are inbound, shall we say. A little restraint may be called for. Their degradation starts at 0, increases by 1 for each use of a minor power, by 3 for each use of a major power, and decreases by 1 each round. So do not get trigger happy with warp abilities. It will go very badly wrong no matter how powerful they are. Right, we'll duck Adira into cover for a second. Okay, she takes a bit of damage there. Right, Abelard. Get a charge attack into Psyker.
Back and call.
Okay, Psyker goes down. Right, then have him... See, I will not get another attack, so we'll have him brace for impact. Then for myself with the hologram to gauge the effectiveness of your attacks before taking them. Select an ability or signature attacks to see the expected outcome. Also lets you see who will be in line of sight. Right. First creature for every shot in a 12 zone. Oh, this should take both of them down without any damage. Right, do it. That could have gone better. Oh well. One brawler trying his best. Donked. Right, companions can get hurt by burst shots or area attacks. In other words, do not muck around with area attacks, and we'll keep the Psyker out of sight for the moment. Abelard, do your stuff. Single attack. Splutch. And everyone's down. You have cat, this is not your cat. It is awkward. Right, the navigator is breathing heavily. Oh, good, which is why we're not completely insane. Looking to a navigator's third eye is awkward. Right. Okay, how is he? Master of Vespiados still lives. The servants are dead, but the chamber is still sipping warp. Okay. What is wrong with him? Wounded, exhausted, fighting back the endless horrors of warp. The 40 pick one. Your time is short. Our time is short to do what? Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final... Oh, really? Okay, the navigator's been possessed. That's unfortunate. To march thunders under the burden of hope, and seal your hands on... Somebody shoot him! I contain the usual misspin transition. Right. Who torments you? The Edge. Kneel before they send for a new champion. When the rise commit the shoulder burst, thousands more to the edge of daybreak, etc. etc. Yada yada yada, unlimited rice pudding. Okay. Right. The navigator is alive, but barely so. What do we do now? Ship can only get the translation with this system must. Hudson, we need to get to the bridge. Right to the officer's deck, find Lady Theodora and Edelfrad, and then hope we can get the ship out of the warp before the navigator explodes. Okay. How bad could it be? Navigator appears dead. Right. Oh yes, loot all the bodies. Default enemies and those underneath their bodies. Eyes on the right side. Go to your inventory. Scrappy autogun. Stub revolver. Arm penetration. Yeah, they... Close that. Combat character may need to use different... Swapping items does not cost action points. Good. Right, we'll grab everybody. And loot the heretic brawler, who seems to have gone to pieces on us. Right, collect all. We have a new Psyker staff. Lightning arc ability, power level. Okay, don't see anything too useful there. Close that. Idira.
Did I mention that my whispers tell me jokes?
22.
Jokes that, once said aloud, make your eyes bleed and blood curdle.
Okay, so nothing major then, Idira. Your standard warp bad humour. Right, the navigator sanctum is the price, and a death trap for anyone who's inside when the shutters roll open. Okay, right. Away we go. Don't think there's anything else to look at here. So, the navigator has been possessed by a demon. The ship is in the throes of a mutiny, and we're trying to get out of the warp before it all goes completely belly up. In other words, it's a normal day in the life of a rogue trader. Right, where am I heading? Either or, I think. Let's try this way. Aha, to the officer's deck. Right. Yoink! Ah, you have a visiting cat. Well, he was doing so well, and now everyone's in cover. Great.
Ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
Really? You seem to be somewhat dead.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot these.
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my emperor.
Meet Sister Argenta, the nun with a gun. Please note that she is a hyper-violent religious fanatic, and you do not want to do or say anything around her that might be taken as heresy. Yes, it's a regular Tuesday in the 40k universe. Yes. Okay.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you? The hour is dark and daunting. The ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends who are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Trying to get the ship out of the warp before we all turn into demon chow. Besides that, it's Tuesday.
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelstrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
And I am now extremely offended that a sister has dared even question my loyalty to the throne. Not least because such questioning then tends to be followed up with a flamethrower. Do not even think to insinuate that I am one of the traitors. I will not let it slide.
That answer does you credit. Only the truly righteous would be so provoked by the accusation of heresy.
She likes me. She'll still put a bolt round through my head the moment she thinks I'm a heretic, but for the moment she likes me.
I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
Also, as I may have mentioned, she is a hyper-violent religious zealot with a set of attitudes and principles that would make, oh, I don't know, the Taliban go, hang on, that's a bit much. So, that's actually a good point. What is a Sororitas warrior doing aboard a rogue trader's ship?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Like when we're not in the middle of a running deck fight. Yes, good point.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
We must get to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door, I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
Absolutely.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Well, the good news is the cogboy is dead. Well, the chief cogboy is dead, so you don't have to worry about being servitorized if there's any techno-heresy going on here.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May terror's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
Alright. Okay, so most ship captains in the Imperium are what are called Chartist captains. They are restricted to particular routes and certain planets by their charters of trade. A rogue trader is given considerably more freedom. The warrant of trade basically says that they can go where they want, trade with who they want, and they are subject to no law or authority outside the Imperium's boundaries. Of course, when they come back into the Imperium's boundaries, they're still subject to the rules, and the Inquisition does tend to pay them a visit, but they're basically the Imperium's explorers, scouts, colonizers, occasional diplomats. Think a weird cross between Starfleet, the East India Company, and you've sort of got a rough summary of what the rogue traders are. Except they're not organised, they're all individuals. Some rogue traders control whole fleets, some just control a single ship. It runs the whole gamut. Alright. By right of blood, we must get to, through this door. This door is going to probably open with the right tool. Okay. Right, let's check this, see what we've got. We have low capacity fuel tanks, trade goods, void sweat air. Yeah, that probably is exactly made of what you think it is. Well maintained stub revolver. Okay, so that's an improvement. Collect all. And then pop my inventory. Receive a new, more efficient weapon for your character. So a well-maintained stub revolver replaces my current, rather poorly maintained stick shooter. Axe, sword, 8, 10, 15% armor penetration. But the sword is a better duelist's weapon. Alright, where else do we have? Voxgull, Argenta. Let's have a look at this. The explosion blasted through the door. We need to find a way of getting this door open. Opens door. There we go. Ah, we have a model of the ship. And everyone appears to be...
Suffer not the heretic to live.
Okay then. Alright, do you know how this goes? Let's see, who's taking the lead initiative? I actually have ambush. Right, I will go for... We'll stick Abelard up there to commence his usual close quarters melee. Idira can go for cover behind the table, and Argenta, well, pile her in and start blamming everybody. Okay, looks good. Right. Start battle. Parry that. Nice try, sir. Nice of you to step into range. We'll get your strike straight on. No, he's not dead. That's somewhat inconvenient.
Victory
Race.
is imminent.
Okay. And he cannot charge either. First creature along 6-cell line. Hit it. Heretics recover. Ow. Really? She's wearing power armor. You think that would have done the job? East. Right. Adjusted with burst range weapons, run and gun. So it also sustain revel in slaughter, which leaves once every 3 enemies, increases combat. Sometimes let you make burst attacks. Double successive shots. Right, so let's see. Burst fire. Yeah. Frag. Actually, single shot might be better here. 71% heretic cutthroat, 75%, yeah. Okay, momentum equal to 6. Right. Okay.
Doubt is for the weak.
Run and gun. And then proceed to burst down all the heretics.
Faith without deeds is worthless. None can escape the Emperor.
As I said, bolt guns are spectacular when they work. And then to be safe... Oh, actually, she can pop a shot into that one, can't she? Yoink. Or she can miss. Unfortunate, but there you go. Right. Idira, do you have any options that are available? Analyze enemies, you will do. Yeah, get an analysis on that one. Doesn't use a warp ability. I should really get Idira a weapon that doesn't involve using the warp. Full and partial cover. Okay, so partial cover is 35% hit penalty, full cover is a 60% hit penalty. Also, destructible cover is the thing. Single shot can penetrate through any cover. Okay, so single shot for precision. Right. Let's see. Single shot to that one, 60%. Or we could just run over and smack him with a sword. Or not, as the case may be. Whoops. That was a mistake. Right, Abelard, consider yourself voice if commanded. Unfortunately, the heretics are now going to get another couple of shots in.
Minor setback.
Yeah, it's just a minor one. Off you go.
Reduce the dust.
Oh, more reinforcements. Great. Meaning we'll need to dispose of these guys fairly quickly. Charge. Right. Pity you can't, you can't charge this guy. Alright, hold it for a second. The Ascendant's gonna move him. Ah, they shot their own guys. Wonderful. Good parry, Abelard. Right. Single shot from the sister, if you don't mind. Or we could just go for bolt fire. This is beyond risky, but it might pay off.
I'll do it.
Okay. hole in that one's head. Alright, 3 AP to reload there. Doesn't work. Okay, hold that. Might have to bust out the warp shots. In fact, this is definitely a good argument for breaking out the warp lightning, isn't it? Not in range, unfortunately. And again... Oh, what the hell, we'll chance it. What's the worst that could happen?
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Okay, friendly fire is definitely a thing. Got it. That's unfortunate. Right. Forewarning, Abelard. Consider yourself forewarned. Right, and I have my gun back. You. Down. Right, so that has at least secured the immediate wave. Now we just have the reinforcements to worry about. You know, nothing major. Right, Abelard needs to use a medkit on himself.
Much appreciated.
So he's back in this. And, right, do we charge the heretics? That might be a poor decision, as it will leave him standing out in the open. Okay, hold that thought. Right, Argenta. When we get single shots here, 71%. Good odds of a kill. The other option would be to send burst fire down range and... well, you never know, we might get lucky with some of them. Try not to organise the cone so it might hit Abelard. That would be awkward. Right, go for it.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Did the Emperor's command by any chance include using your gun sights, sister? Just wondering.
The hand of the healer.
Yoink. Right, so everyone's back up full pace. Right. Okay, they were back up to full pace. Right, Heretic Cutthroat comes in. Parry that. You filthy casual, etc., etc. Right, Idira. One creature in a 12 soul radius. Strike with a single melee weapon. Where are we on the warp? Okay, we're still reasonably okay on the warp meter, I think. So we'll just pop his skull if you don't mind.
Will do.
What can I say? We blew his mind. Right, and then I am going to walk over here and introduce a heretic to the point of the sword. And also brace for impact to boost both myself and Abelard. At least in theory. Speaking of whom, Abelard, would you dearly mind just
I took care of this one.
done and done. So one heretic left. Can we get to that guy? No suitable path to the target. Right. Nothing to be done there. We've got 2 assailants to clear out the way. Right, Argenta. Move up. Thank you.
Bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
You do that, sister. You do that. 49% there. 50. All right, 49% will do. Or maybe it won't. Fine. Reload. And the heretics get another moment to plan. Yoink. Right, let's see. Right, we'll move Adira up.
What is this foreboding?
And see if we can get operative analysis on someone. There we go. Yoink. That will help me deal with the rest of them. Miss Sylph and Abelard. Right, break cover. Get up to the heretic, and then pop the heretic in the skull. Like so. Splooch. Then double cover. Abelard, if you wouldn't mind getting over there. And then popping out charge ability. Target is too far. Well, that's awkward. Pop your charge ability, and if you wouldn't mind finding somewhere that involves being in cover. An unorthodox use of the charge, but it works. Sometimes.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Right, right, I don't need our gent to be subtle about this. We'll, rip, run and gun. And then shoot a heretic in the face. 4 shots, 30, he should die from this.
Doubt is for the weak.
Sister, your gun has sights. I would very much appreciate them if you'd use those instead of your faith in the God Emperor of Mankind. Just bringing that up. Alright. We might have to settle for blowing this guy's mind.
Anything else?
Damn it!
Like so. And we're good. Perhaps a little bit messy, but we're good. Ah, the security team has arrived. Well done, gentlemen. Right, what have we got? An exact replica of the Void Valencia support ship. And also was something else. Ah, here we are. Heretic Assembly. Skill test and interaction with the environment. If this test fails, the door will become closed. A particularly bad botch roll will cause the door to become permanently stuck. Cogitator is silent. Can we do something with this? Its machine speed is no longer being powered by the motive force. Most unfortunate. Right, two-handed auto gun. There we go. Close that. Anybody else we need to loot? Collect the lot. Check over here. Cozy seating area is completely destroyed, and ooh, loot. Loot! Void sweat, set of icons and rolls of synthetic leather, trophies packed as cargo. Wonderful! After all, what is the point of being a rogue trader if you do not take the opportunity to, well, loot the place dry at every opportunity? Swords and scrappy autoguns, maybe we can have some use for these, but they will all need to be thoroughly consecrated afterwards. More to the point, I'm concerned about not leaving the Imperium. I'm a little concerned about leaving weapons lying around for the heretics to find again. Can we open this door? Logic test. Is there anybody who can pop the door? Your character is about to make a detective skill test. Each skill test is difficulty up 100. You must roll a value less than the sum of both the state difficulty and the values for use for the test. Wonderful. Test with difficulty minus 10. You must roll a 30 or below. Any result above 30 will result in failure. And we have access. Wonderful. What do we have access
Right there.
to? We have access to a variety of useful goods. Operator's gloves and melted... Ooh, bomb. Yes, yes, of course. Those loyal to the Emperor or blessed by the Omnissiah, of course. It is always important to note servo spell anti-grav impellers, the Catechism of Drusus. Well, we should be able to mod a lot. Right. Loot, 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 loot. Is there any useful gear in here? No, I was hoping for, you know, better guns. Oh well. Oh, can't have everything, but at least now we have the option to blow the door. Rather than just trying to force it somehow.
The light of terror shines for us.
Right, blow the door up. Demolition 100%. Is this wise?
The Emperor.
Well, at least we had the sense to stand to a safe margin.
I'll warn you if I hear anything.
Okay. Right, we've made it to the throughway. Heretic cutthroats are engaging. That way is blocked. So we're going this way, having a look at this first.
Cast your eye there.
Benches near the cogitator are now stacked in a rough cemetery back in. The cog boys would be very, very annoyed if it wasn't the fact that they're, you know, dead. Alright, level up time. Archetype details. Keystone feature, bring it down. Okay. Works for me. Right, to summary and complete. So I have the bring it down ability. Warrior archetype injure. All incoming damage is reduced by toughness bonus and gain temporary wounds. Nice to have. The Psyker, well, the operative rather, gets the exposed weakness, removes all exploits, and turns them all into a massive defensive penalty. And of course we have the Sister, who it seems has just gained the ability to revel in slaughter and immediately remove the winded effect. Becomes available after the soldier kills 3 enemies. Okay, to summary and complete. So all fairly straightforward then. Right. So we have the barricades. Oh, hang on. What have we got? A multi-key. Wonderful. And we will definitely be having that. He doesn't need it anymore. And... right. Onwards. Oh.
The future is never certain.
Here we go, here we go. This looks ooh. Okay. Theodore von Valancius. That's worrying, considering she should not have walked through the fire like that. I lost my air. Yes, it is an apparition. This is impossible. I don't know whether it's possible. Power over reality. Yeah, this is temptation. Okay, do not listen. The Emperor protects. Okay. Right. Then we'll miss our chance here. Right. So, walk through the fire. Accept the heretic's help, which is obviously heretical. And I will not leave my people in harm's way. However, if we save these people, we miss our chance to hook up with the rest of them. Right. Right. I will not leave my people in harm's way. Okay. See nothing but bellowing fire. Back, fall back, we go around. So the sister might be a little disappointed, but at least we.
Where did it go?
But at least we did not
The
yield
thing
to
that was
heresy.
standing in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn.
To the same place all unholy visions go. Do you want to follow it, witch?
Have I mentioned that these sisters hate anyone who is even vaguely psychic? Right, can we bring down this barricade, or do we need to find another way round? I think we need to find another way round.
This master-crafted patella augment is not fit for a servitor.
Fallen Stealer has blocked the path of the lifts. More books. Always worth having. Open the door. Right. Multi-key, multi-charge. Or just a standard tech use test. Alright, we'll go with the standard tech use test. The multi-key would not do any better. Yoink. Locked. Multi-key. Unlocked. There we go. See, I broke my key. Right, you. A deck officer's helmet. I will have that if you do not mind, and then I shall... The Emperor protects, but he protects best when you are wearing your helmet. Sirs and or madams. Also operated gloves. I should have stuck those on. Right. Okay. Now, how do we get past...
What deeds await us?
Crash the platform. Is this a smart move? Probably not.
Never doubt me.
Plonk. Going down. Hey, we have a new way
I
round.
dare not provoke the whispers.
Okay. Make it to the meeting with the air. The door to the metal is stuck. The visual date for the really more powerful weapons. Find something on the officer's deck. Okay. They almost make it sound easy, don't they? Right. Onwards. We're past the next obstacle. Keep looting and keep hunting.
Too late. We are too late. Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here. Which would be even worse.
Indeed.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak. Without us.
Well, let's get to it. Ah, we have our reinforcements.
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
Baldur's Gate meets XCOM. That's not a bad way of summing it up so far, Ranger. It really is.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Mort headed for earlier.
Okay. Reach the secret lift. So, the reinforcements are holding the bridge. That will hopefully help take the pressure off there. Now, loot. Always loot. High octane promethium. Fun. And this is why, contrary to Imperial dogma, sometimes not being a total bastard is in fact the way to go. Alright, let's see. We're back at the secret lift, which was over here. Have a quick sweep round the rest, and note we are literally back where we started, because that's the elevator where we had our little stabby with the stun gun. So, through the door.
Over there.
Aha! One secret door. Don't forget to loot the place. Yoink! Never forget the loot. Take a quick glance at this. This is clearly not a stateroom, this is a maintenance module room, which is why nobody pays any attention to it, and it is consequently very easy to get around. Oh, what are you? Plasma conduit. Wonderful. Well, if I need to cause a massive explosion later on, I know about those now, don't I? Let's mechanics goggles, +3 logic, and a machine-like tech. I think I've just raided some poor tech police private stash. To the Lord Captain's quarters. Again. Right, we've made it to the Lord Captain's quarters. Unfortunately, the warp is around this place, which is a little awkward. Although that may just have been the witch. Right, you have found an item can only convictions change in direction and rank based on how a game's story develops. Okay, right, inventory. Let's have a quick skim through everybody's setup. +3 logic. What is her logic skill? 30. Abelard's logic skill is 30, and the sister's logic skill is also 30. Interestingly, she's not carrying. She's wearing carapace. Well, sorry, mesh, rather than. Oh, she has an auto pistol. Right, that 3 to 4 damage. Rate of fire 6, recoil 15. I might have to see if I can get Idira a proper. Oh, she has a las pistol. Huh, worth knowing. Right, let's give her the goggles. The goggles do something. This is important to note. And he gets a stub revolver. Oh yes, also new med kit for you, Abelard. I think everything else is good. Provides initial opportunity to call out a machine spirit and trap the device, extra melt charges, axe for the face, lightning arc ability. What's her? Psychic staff 7-11. Basically the exact same item. Okay, fair enough. Yoink. Right. Let's see. Clear in here.
The Emperor's will as your torch.
It's her bedroom, and with it, banish the shadows, of course. Yoink. Wipe them off. But then when you're a rogue trader, only the best. Forwards. And it looks like Mort might have had it, and the lady captain has also had it. That's unfortunate. Right. Seriously, helmet of the dogmatic follower. Immunity to critical hits for the first 3 rounds of combat. I would think that will go quite nicely for our home sweet zealot. Yes, indeed. Pity the melt gun's salvageable, but there you go. Emergency, no one had time to react to what was happening because they did not know that it was the Master Whispers who was a traitor.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
Indeed.
No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
I think someone's got some guilt issues going on here.
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
Maybe, but it's out of context. I think this might be our Ethelard. Also, there's psychic residue here, and Ethelard's a psyker. Yeah, this is...
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last.
It didn't. This is the other heir.
How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
He was probably the first one who got shot.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
The fact that there's hoarfrost and warp echoes around here makes it pretty clear psionics were used. What do we got? An extraordinarily accurate auto pistol shot. Took her completely by surprise. Small shards of glass. Right, what have we got here? The object further forward. Everything so good from meeting. What do these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure.
Right, so we're not dealing with petty warp dabblers then.
Witchcraft.
Pretty much, Argenta, yes, pretty much. The papers? Handwritten, written with the seal XC, and a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. Okay, well, give me a look at the symbol, I'll tell you what it is. Oh, it's the Inquisition. Lucky us. What about the Arch-Militant's body? I prefer to not have her try to auto-seance a corpse unless there's no alternative. Auto pistol shot, and the Arch-Militant. Okay, so the Arch-Militant got beaten to the draw.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story.
Ah, right.
Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in a warp.
That's probably a smart idea.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
Yes, you do that, Argenta.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Right, reached the bridge. Medicine caught by surprise. Obviously, loot the place to drive, of course. A rogue trader's cloak. Ah, the more people who are trying to kill you, the nicer you become. If that ever makes sense, let me know. But what the hell, let's pop it on. Adelard. Actually, I tend to go fellowship, so... Mind you, Abelard tends to get barreled into the fight as well, doesn't he? Alright, buff up, let's give me the shinies. Come on. Where's that meant to equip? Ah, cloak. Unsurprisingly, it's in the cloak slot. What did I expect?
Quiet.
Right.
They're trying to tell me something.
Oh, yes. Yoink. Theodora's Rosary. The amount of this gives a bonus to commerce and law, but that definitely goes to me because I'm the one making commerce and imperial law tests, aren't I? Yoink. Set.
Light of terror, guide our way.
And an organ. Parlour organ has been sitting idle for many years. Okay, so not the most religious sort then. What else has she got? A bizarre fragment hung on a trophy board. And... ooh, can I just help myself to the weapons wall? I mean, there's so much good stuff. Oh, just mildly Xeno as well. Can we just help ourselves? No? Chance to be a fine thing. Also, the warp is soaking through here, which is a bit awkward. Right, to the bridge. I don't see anything else of note here, so the bridge it is. Go, 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 go. And a cop. They brought a heavy weapons servitor.
Are getting louder. I will level you.
Lucky us. Alright, I think everybody goes for cover at this point, to be perfectly honest. I think the combat service is going to get the first shot here. This could be unpleasant. Light and medium armor. Now you decide to tell me? Right. Charge! Target is too far. Right. Okay. And we'll drop this guy first. And I was hoping for more than that, honestly, but brace for impact and endure.
I will do my duty.
Since we've got him stuck out in the open. Me, burst fire. Drop that servitor at speed. Really? That was my idea of an option here. Right. Okay, right. Argenta, bring it down. Or better, Idira, bring it down. Okay, right. You know that Void Lightning ability I said was incredibly dangerous and shouldn't really be used? We're desperate. On the bright side, that might actually have got her a bonus turn. Shame she can't do anything with it. Alright. Hunker everybody down. And... right, enemy status. They are involved with some kind of effect. Wonderful. Argenta. Burst fire.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Sister, we have got to discuss your inability with gun sights. And then Dira, 41 health. Can you... Do I risk shocking again? Chains up to 4 targets. What state are we in? Momentum is fine. What's the warp meter doing? Biodegradation is at 7 at the moment. Right. We'll go for this and then hope that it doesn't... I don't need to get too enthusiastic with it later on.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Alright, that shredded most of the trash. Pull down... And then analyze the combat servitor. And hold. Let's just hope that Mr. Stompy here doesn't get too awkward. Right. Thank you. I'm so happy that Abelard actually got away with that mess. Right. Right, we'll charge him into... Actually, no, hold that charge. Can I... It might be better off just charging him into the combat service. The target is too close. Right. I don't want him stepping next to the combat servitor because he will open up a attack of opportunity. Right. Temporary wounds again. Thank you. And we'll take the risk anyway.
At your beck and call.
Okay, we got away with it. And the heretic cutthroat is now distracted, which works for me. Everybody else, pour it on to the... Well, this is awkward. Right. Okay, new plan. Bring it down. Right. Okay, move to cover. Set. And... Argenta, bring that servitor down. Single shot, 75% chance, take it. You missed. Yep, this is definitely XCOM firing, isn't it? Okay, cooldown once per combat, Furious Recital. Should boost everyone. And...
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Okay, movement points, run and gun, get her up into position.
Move through me. Be the
There
fire
we go.
in my heart.
And then take a single shot into the combat servitor, which actually hits, except only does 2 points of damage. He got... Right, I think I might have to bring in the Cypher and pop a few skulls. Right. Do I really want to be pushing my luck here? Probably not, but take the shot in. What's my shot here? 35%. It'll do. I think I'm going to have to just keep chipping away at the damn thing. Oh yes, Argenta's standard round. Let's not pump bullets into good old Abelard. That would be awkward. Right, bolt fire, go.
Justice for the weak.
The good sister definitely needs education on her gun sights. Right, Psychic Scream. No longer use attacking abilities on the current Could psych it out. Are we pushing the warp meter? Not yet. Right. Boom. Alright, and then analyze.
Of course.
And then expose. That may be a mistake depending on how long the debuff lasts, but we'll see. Right, Servi is getting stompy. Ouch. Ah, heretic. Really?
I've suffered worse.
Fine. Abelard, deal with that heretic, please.
One fewer target.
Indeed, thank you. Right, now, do I charge you in to engage the combat servitor? Or do we just attempt to shoot it instead?
It will
Charge
be done.
it! Especially since it's coming in from behind. And engage
I will do my duty.
again, so he's got his temporary health back. Push that on, and... Right. Time to get involved myself, I think. So move up. And single strike. There we go. Are you not dead yet? Abelard, would you mind awfully hacking this thing to pieces? Thank you very much.
Indeed. An exemplary strike.
Ah, well, it's almost dead. Yoink. And yoink. Argenta, please tell me that you can successfully shoot a combat servitor at point-blank range without, you know, hitting either of us.
I'll do it.
The warriors of the Adeptus Sororitas, supposedly the Ecclesiarchy's elite.
Commands, I act.
I find myself somewhat disappointed. Alright. No, I'm not going to push the veil again. That would be bad. Inventory. Where did your las pistol go? There we are. Right, thank you. Right. Move up to there.
I know what is to come.
Yes, does that entail you actually shooting this thing in the head? Oh dear God, this thing does not have a single shot setting. The hell with it.
Was
Who
that
even
you?
taught you to fight like this?
Whoops. Sorry. I'll just kill the damn thing. Characters with melee weapons, pistols and shotguns are the exception rule. Okay, so because we were close with the servitor, it was unable to use its melter cannon. Cool. Ooh, shiny. Right, so dumb target, tough target, worth knowing. Also, we are going to have to give the Psyker a single shot weapon just so, you know, she stopped shooting people in the head. Right, levels. Available special abilities. Choose your talent. Tide of Excellence. Weak body, weak soul. Fresh target, instant exposure. Exposed weakness costs 0 action points. Or we could go for dismantling attack. So basically it all boils down to sharpshooter. I do the trick uncanny sight. The operative exploits next even on enemies which are out of the operative's line of sight last turn. That could be very useful. Features precise attack. Yeah, uncanny sight might be the way to go here, because that gets everybody exploited. The best of the best getting beaten by a small cube-like thing. Yes, the dice gods have no chill. This is well known. Right. Randomly distributes. Okay. Where's precise attack? Not available yet. Okay, let's go with uncanny sight. Do summary and complete. Also, she does now have. I think she might have dismantling attack as well. Right, soldier. Firearm mastery, an extra number of rate of attacks. Okay, if the party's momentum value. Desperate measures versus that's right. Rapid reload. Costs minus 2 AP less. Extra crit chance. Combat Medicae. Trace trajectory. Guaranteed crit for cover. First of each burst gets bonus damage. Get point blank enough bullets for everyone. Fortress. Full cover gets bonus. Soldier's medium armor does not restrict dodging. She does wear medium armor. Or we go with bolt weapon expert, chain weapon expert. It will not die. Yes, increases wounds by half the character's level. 2 extra wounds for her, which would do take her up to 25 wounds. 10% bonus to dodge. Far better cover. All right, let's go with let's get her the extra cover bonus. And for my part, well, for Abelard's part, we'll get him talked again, I think. Epicenter of slaughter. 1 temporary wound for each stack. Thick skin, open engagement. Oh, more rage on charge. That would be welcome. Teeth. Damage dealt by charges increase when used to identify more shells, so that synergizes quite nicely with some of the others. +1 deflection, increased parry chance to tank him up. Contempt, enrage, epicenter of slaughter. Right, we'll go with ramming speed. That way he can get his charge going from a bit further away. And me, I will continue to Finest Hour grants a full extra turn. During which there is no attack limit. Definitely. Commanding voice. Range of the officer's abilities is increased by 3. That would help, because we were having some problems that last fight where I couldn't get my officer commands to reach to reach the sister, basically. Steel Resolve, Blood of Martyrs, Focus. Honor of Contempt. Right. Season initiative at the beginning of combat, they also get an extra which they can only use archetype abilities. Right, let's go with commanding voice. Boost myself there. So we have both finest hour and commanding voice available. Okay, reputation still minimal. Haven't actually met anybody yet. Led the people out of the fire trap, helping Theodore's help. Iconoclast 1. Follower. Belief in the value of human life and freedom. Or failing that, you know, just being incredibly naive. Dogmatic belief in the holiness and infallibility of the Imperium. Or heresy. Devotion to the corruption and taint of the warp. Here's the thing. Heresy is bad. Heresy is very bad. It becomes the character's main focus. So yes, you will either be an iconoclast, a dogmatist, or a heretic. Guess who's going to try to kill you if you're, you know, a heretic? Right, what's your intelligence? 30. 5 toughness if your intelligence is less than 35. Right, intelligence 30. You know what, let's power Abelard in, because we are kind of building him as a tank. The good sister will require... Right. We'll give the sister a sword, so she's got a melee weapon. We'll take the lance pistol off the Psyker, so she doesn't accidentally hose down one of her friends again. 1 psi rating. And other than that, I think we are good. So... handwritten letter with a steel. Let's choose each cause. Depart from the Reichert system. Heinrichs von Kautz operates there at the present time. Providing passage to the Furibundus system. On footfall, the interrogator will remove himself and await further instructions. Anticipating any info. Anticipating any question you have. Right, XC. No matter, not sure who that is, but let's go. We did loot everybody up, didn't we? Yes, we did. Good. And the rest of the place is safe. Okay. To the bridge. What's the worst that could happen on the bridge? Never ever ask questions to which you don't want the answer. Right.
Say no more.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
The third sacrifice is a bolt round to the head. Helen, bring up the list of worst things. Absolutely. Right. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. There was any honour. Right. She's dead. I found her and the arch-militant in the study. House, its head. Yep. Right. The warp is too strong. As far as we're saying, we will all perish in the warp. No, we won't. Okay. I forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only by resigning to your fate will you truly suffer defeat. Words worthy of a righteous soul. Yes, I am ordering you not to die. Right. Then we have no right to bow our heads. Indeed not, Edelfrad. Do your stuff. Could somebody please shoot this guy before he finishes whatever the hell it is he's doing? And hell is literally the case here. We are out of time. Right. Voigtveer, you duplicitous cur. Yes. At this point, shooting Edelfrad is probably the smart thing to do. Yes. Ready your weapons. If we die this day, we die with honor. No, we're not by this, not today. Oh, he's going to do something stupidly heroic, isn't he? What? Theodora is dead. Yeah, he did not see this coming, did he?
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
I think he just did finish it. And oh crap. Okay, that was unexpected.
Here we go again.
Yep. Using unique abilities, momentum is required. Both can completely right, heroic acts or desperate measures. Great. Right, so get into position. I think at this point the smart thing to do would be to run a fighting retreat. So, pop there. Actually, no. Pop me there, pop the sister there. We'll put Abelard into cover here. Actually, I'll go into hard cover here, and Indira. Just stick around to the side to watch the flank. Right. Start the battle. You will encounter enemies with various abilities and features. If you wish to learn more about an ability, write mouse button their portrait. I do not. Sister, if you would awfully mind bringing it down right now, please. Right. Okay.
Faith without deeds is
Run and
worthless.
gun. Thank you. And then bolt rounds for everybody.
Strike is a
Oh, she actually hit somebody. There's a surprise. Okay, and pop your recycle because we need momentum. Alright, that's her. Now then, pistol burst myself. Or maybe not, because apparently we forgot to be able to shoot anybody. Fine, single shot then. Drop him. Thank you. And then bolster everybody's resilience up. Brace for impact. This is going to get ugly. And voice of command into Abelard. Okay. Oh, and finest hour, sister. Do your stuff. By which I mean hit this thing repeatedly until it falls over. And again, if you wouldn't mind. She's out of ammo. Well, that's unfortunate. She's also out of action points. Oops. Okay, he's done. The sister... Let's see. Reload. Thank you. And then single shot in to drop the cutthroat. Almost dropped the cutthroat. That's her action points gone. Right. Veil degradation's at 9. Bad shit starts happening at 10, basically. Let's see. Auto pistol shot. No line of sight to anybody, so... Alright, we'll have to move her around. And then hope that her auto pistol shot can drop this guy. There we go. One less heretic to worry about. And get analysis on the Chaos Spawn. Although I'm not entirely sure a Chaos Spawn is something you really want to be analysing too closely. Right. Dodge, parry, and armour. Okay. Drop that.
Will do.
Abelard, I need you to do something very, very stupid. Okay, just turned one of its... Right, it just turned one of its allies into munchies. Interesting. Luckily, the crew officers have actually turned up, so hopefully they'll deal with the lesser heretics for us. Right, Abelard, I need you to do something incredibly stupid.
It will be done.
There we go. And then, wow. All creatures within the area. Is that going to double strike the heretic? 19 to 23, 19. You know, it might work. Cleave.
Victory is in.
No, it's just a one shot. Pity. Oh well. Alright, brace for impact. Okay. Heretic Cutthroat's doing his best. And the deck officers might clear the way for us. Right. Bring it down. Right, sister, do your stuff. And keep doing your stuff. Yeah, that will do. Yeah, she felt that. Okay, also now it pukes all over everybody. Correct. Okay, nothing else she can do from that section. Let's see. Right, let's move up. And then see if I can get a shot that doesn't involve potentially shooting an ally in the back. That would be the wrong answer. Fine, close quarters it is. You know, let's all go attempt to kill this thing. Right, voice of command. Abelard, push your... Never mind, no actions available. Right, well, cover isn't happening. Can we get safe fire in? Okay, not brilliantly, but if I move her up... and then realise I used all of my movement points and now there's no option here. Fine. Clear that. Indira, can you... she's probably still safe to attempt a brain burst. Probably.
Anything else?
Okay, so it felt that, but it's... I think it's leaking all over, well, everyone, which is unfortunate. Right. Okay, hold this, let the spawn do its stuff. It really is beating on Abelard, isn't it? We're going to have to get him some medical help. Oh, of course! The sister can't use her bolt gun in close range, can she? Oh, that was stupid of me. Okay, one more heretic down, thanks to the enforcers. Abelard, do your stuff with the medical kit.
Field medicine at its finest.
You're welcome, and then keep stabbing. Ah, the spawn parried. Fine. Harden up, please. Okay, that's him done. Me, I am going to... go for... push yourself on the sister, and then tell her to get a free turn in. And bring it down does not work because she cannot move in that turn. Ah, that was clumsy. Right. Note stuff. At some point, get the good sister a bolt. So. And then... this is dangerous, but it might let her get past... There we go. Right. Run and gun.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
step away from the monstrosity. Don't think she got away with that, but firearm mastery. Okay, right, she's got one movement point, so we'll carefully position, deploy her firearms mastery, and then proceed to just unload into the damn thing. If you wouldn't mind repeating that a few more times, sister, that would be appreciated. Actually hitting the enemy would be appreciated as well, but I bring this up.
Doubt is for the weak.
There we go, it's down to 21 health. If you can keep this coming, just empty the bolt gun, sister. Okay, that was all her fantastic. It's down to 8 health, which means that Idira's psychic scream will hopefully finish it off. Brain burst, there we go. Right, it's down. Find the Master Helmsman.
My prescience has failed me.
Failed to save the game. Please try again. Right. Okay, can we not stand in the... Can we not stand in the toxic slime, please? That would be a smart move.
The sooner we start.
Right. Where is the Master Helmsman? More to the point, we have the goods. A blade shard miss. Yeah, that's totally not going to be a problem. It's iconoclast follower. There will be no iconoclast aboard this place. Bridge officer, bridge officer. Now, where is the Master Helmsman? Not anywhere back. Oh, you never know. Over here, perhaps? Aha! Bravo, Master Helmsman. Good. It's the Seneschal, living and breathing. Need to re-establish contact with the Sanctum. Right, one of the sides breaking under stress, cuffs them without even looking. Rocks channel. You are the only one. What must I do? Take the Lord Captain's seat, order the final preparations. Okay, these people are about to... I am ready. Begin the ritual. Take the chair! I'm not sure how I meant to reach the controls, but who cares? Right. Okay. Hello again, Demon Theodora. Who are you to oppose destiny if signals are not your own? Right. I am saving my people. Do your worst, but you cannot stop me. Lead them, guide them, persuade them. You'll need followers. Destiny's preordained. Hello, Voigtvir. Aspirant vowed to return with a trophy of relics at the edge of daybreak. Yet you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. Wonderful. Your image is woven into the tapestry. I am the will, the weary. Ah, goody, it's a great demon of siege, isn't it? Oh, huzzah. Path is set, child of the dawn. Follow it, O servant mine. That's not honest at all, is it? Right, essential. The Vox signals it, which means the navigator is probably dead. Navigate. Yeah, he's dead. Honor his memory. Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Falatius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty.
Indeed not. So say we all, etc., etc.
By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision, it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the Warrant of Trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live.
Also, the small matter of having personally slain a Chaos Spawn right in front of all of them. You know, minor details like that.
The deed is done, Master. And my apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
Hooray! I have the job! By virtue of being the last rat standing.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members.
Whoops. I like the art style.
Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. And through the strength of his resolve, saved those who were counting on him for protection.
Yay! I have my ship. I have my dynasty. Yes. Baldur's Gate plus XCOM combat. It's been pretty solid so far, Taproot. And I have it. Oh, my chair's spinny. Well then, your lordship. Okay, so I've still got the demon riding shotgun. You must now hold your first officer's briefing. For those of the first briefing, massive losses. Right. Some posts have been filled by the deputy. Lovely. Right, how did we lose so many officers? It appears they were going directly through the... yeah, it was a decapitation strike. What's on the agenda? Right, reports on the condition of the ship. Getting supposed to fly could take the... Right, have we succeeded in tracking down Voidvid? Because he's not dead. The trail's cold. I've not been supposed to hear that we're now one shuttle short. Alright, summon the officers. Okay. I found a consumable item. I have grenades, drugs, and all manner of other useful stuff. A dozen pairs of eyes. Very well, what do we have? Audio, briefing. Perhaps you introduce those. President Abelard. It is Suri Otter, our new Vox Master. Okay, so communications. Honor to serve. I am your eyes and mouth, Captain. Thank you. Behind her is Ravel, the Master Helmsman. We've met. Okay. Works for me. And the High Factotum, who oversees everything useful. An honour, of course. Of course, of course. And doubtless you take your cuts along the way. In the second row, 3 officers charged with the Master of Ordnance, the Master of Furnace, and the Drives Master. Okay. Thank you, Abelard. Greetings to you all. So it's your pleasure. Right. I will hear the Infernus Master's report. All fires extinguished, and damage control report is with. The lad can take the hit, so to speak. Fair enough. I factotum. No toiling day night for all damage. We need people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew and include trained professionals. That's a problem. Right, we can make our losses at Reichman Norris, and we will have to cut a deal with the Winter Scouts, who will doubtless take us for everything they can to get us that 2,000 crew. Indeed. Drives Master. Okay, the warp drive is fine, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. And, yeah, it's unhappy. Okay. In other words, we need a new engine, Sir Prime. I see, thank you. Right, Master Helmsman. The outlook's bleak. We have no engine seer, and we have no navigator and no way out of the system. In other words, we need a new navigator. One of them was a Navis Nobilite station. Okay. Right. Grab this chance. Fair enough. And slightly less shitty news. If anything should move to Master Ordnance. Maintain Master Fighter, but we've got no able crew, no Lord Captain. Ooh, wrong thing to say. The ship's in ruins, every second officer's dead, the Green Lord Captain. Enough. We found a consumable item. Well, he got removed from his job fairly quickly, didn't he? Right. If only one officer lost fallen to pieces, the former Master of Ordnance. I have no intention of punishing a man for a moment of weakness after the terrible attack we have endured. Spirits Masters of Ordnance are few and far between, so for that reason, and that reason only, he may remain in post. Leave his punishment at your discretion. I think I am going to indulge. You disgrace yourself. Right. So yes, a bit of mercy. There we go. So we need a new engine in Prime and Navigator, and we need more. Is this everything? Precisely, but this one in the ship's systems must be fully inspected. And we must also, of course, pick up the Interrogator. I have a somewhat used flying cathedral. This is helpful. What about the system in which we currently find ourselves? Let's see to the Vox Master, Mistress Tolliman, Rycad star system, 3 inhabited bodies, confounding result. The Navis Nobility have simply failed to answer. We have a distress signal from the prison planetoid, and the Rycad Monos is also not responding to hails. Also, they appear to be having a small war. Details. Okay. Thank you all for your reports. Dismissed. And yes, the Lord Inquisitor. You're referring to the contents of that note. Xavier Calcazar, not a name I know, but if he's a Lord Inquisitor, he is powerful and therefore incredibly dangerous. Heinrich van Kolotz with Get Him to Footfall. And, oh, something's happening. Adira, Sister Argenta, what's going on? Psyker is suffering some sort of ailment. Ah, of course. What have we got? Speak with her when we have time. Daybreak. Adira, come to your senses. Something very strange. Okay, so daybreak or dawn. Right. Nothing yet, the voices are going berserk. Okay, so she's having a bit of a weird future, bad future moment. Lady Theodora, thank you, I declare this briefing concluded, let's get to work. So, talk to the sister, talk to Adira, and then think about what to do next. Right. Manufacturing complex reporting complete recovery, Abelard's happy. Suppose I'd better... Ah yes, the holy incense must be administered, otherwise the machine spirits will be unhappy. Right, Jairus is around there. Who else is in the area? The ship was on the middle decks this time. What's going on here? Oh. Your lordship, thank you. Proper respect at last. Now, where's the sister? All the way back here. Right, go, 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 go. Come on, hoof it. Hopefully the sisters' training will include how to shoot stuff with her bolt gun. Argenta, what have we got? You said you have a personal request.
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader.
Mm-hmm. And they orphaned many children. Right. I will meet with them, no formalities needed. These are the children who gave... Yes. Yoink. Thank you for taking the request to heart. It doesn't hurt to be nice about these things every now and again. Ah, the orphans. Well, some of them might make good officers and deck crew, and the rest we can palm off onto the Regenium. It's hardly the Progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans with care and instruction. Right. Okay. I'm proud of them, and I believe that you will become their worthy heir. Or we'll take the more iconoclastic approach. Let's go with that. Okay. And then you just give us speeches. Right. If you have things to say them without fear, I will listen. Right. Right. Parents died, it's not an easy thing to go through. Of course. Right, package treats appears that the essential came prepared. So they got the candy anyway. And they got a rousing speech. Yay! Candy for everyone. And hopefully I've just headed off another mutiny. Right. Could that have gone better? Maybe. Possibly. We'll see. Idle chatter is strictly forbidden on the bridge, although they still find time to discuss developments. Of course they do. Right. So, the sister's personal request is dealt with. Idira wants to talk at some point. I suspect she might be seeing things that I don't necessarily want her to see. Idira? Where are you? We've got the servitor, we've got Technomat. Ah, there she is. Idira, what's up? Right. Things are strained between you and Argenta, yes?
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy.
Mm-hmm.
The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head.
Whoopsie. Do you know her well?
None of the officers knew the Lord Captain well. Not even Abelard, and she was always closer to him than anyone else.
Aha!
She told me from the off that if I ever listened to anything in the warp about her without her permission, I'd be going out through the airlock. I'm not an idiot, so I never stuck my nose where it didn't belong. Only when I was asked.
Smart move, which is probably why you're still alive.
It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that she's gone. Lady von Valancius gave me everything I have. She opened the stars to me and the paths between them. I still think I can hear her voice.
Alright, and your abilities?
What are you talking about, Lord Captain?
Have you ever been to Terra?
Look, Lady Theodora couldn't care less if some eggheads measured my brains or not. It's not about the seal on your forehead, get it? It's about what's in your gut, if it's rotten or not. My gut's stronger than the adamantine on this here ship. And my implants are better than the ones they put in you on your Terra. If they weren't, I wouldn't have lived as long as I have.
Goody! So we've got an unsanctioned side routine. Let's just keep her away from the Inquisitors. What awaits me in the future?
All right, let's hear what they're whispering about you.
Mm-hmm. Oops. That may have been a bad idea.
Seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void.
A ship?
There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained.
Charming.
Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek,
A tech
but the
priest?
question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, rogue trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion. A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. The chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his master? Or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord?
So not ominous at all. Change Hunter. That could be a reference to the interrogator.
The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't... Of course.
Right, so some ominous prophecies, a flying cathedral, and 3, well, quests, let's be honest, that need to be taken care of. That is where I am going to leave it for the moment. And I will see you all tomorrow as we figure out exactly how we go about getting a new navigator, replacing our Engineer, our red-robed sage, basically, because, you know, the Mechanicus wear red, and figuring out just what the interrogator wants and how we get him out of whatever pit he's dug himself into. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching, and until next time, farewell.